Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Extra Voices, an Extra Life podcast that focus on the efforts of heroes from Extra Life all across the nation, including the staff and hardworking members of the Children Miracle Network hospitals. And like I said, this is a very special episode. This episode's actually being live streamed right now on my Twitch channel, which if you haven't followed, go ahead and do that at twitch.tv/ndtex. And of course, this is in the podcast form as well. It is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you happen to get your podcast feeds at. So please go ahead and leave a review on this wee little baby podcast to help people find it, get us bumped up in the rankings, and that way we could show off all the great things Extra Life does. Now, what makes this episode so special? Well, as you hear in the background there, that's one thing. $25 donation. So thank you very much, ND Gal. Appreciate it for changing kids' health with that donation. But a donation is indeed the name of the game. There was a $100 donation to choose a podcast episode. And the podcast episode of choice was something I did over at Her Loyal Sons called The Sim. So we play, quote unquote, play NCAA 14, or more accurately, the computer plays it. So we have fun with that. I try to do pay by play as best as I can. I usually had a co-host, a color commentator, but I can't have people donate for his time. I can only have him really donate for mine. He's actually celebrating his birthday today with his brand new, well, not brand new anymore, almost getting to be a year-old baby boy. So happy birthday, Shane. You're here in spirit, and hopefully the Sim spirit will stay true to here. So without further ado, it is Notre Dame and Ohio State. Let's get right to it. And hey, some of the old macros still work as we get the old song going. Notre Dame traveling over to Columbus on a cloudy Saturday night. There was a little rain earlier. Hopefully we avoid that in real life on Saturday. It'll be Notre Dame facing Ohio State, a top 10 matchup. Ohio State comes into this game as a 17.5-point favorite against the Irish. And Notre Dame looking to start the Marcus Freeman era proper with a regular season win at his old stomping grounds. Number 5, Notre Dame. Number 2, Ohio State. And we will head down to the field for the coin toss. Notre Dame will lose, and Ohio State will go ahead and defer. So they will kick to the Irish. Chris Tyree back to receive for Notre Dame. And this kick heads back into the end zone, and it is kneeled for a touchback. Well, out will come Tyler Buckner to lead the Irish in his first true season as a starter. Saw a little bit of time last season. And he will start with a single back formation. Tyree at the backfield, 2 tight ends to Buckner's left. A little bit of motion, toss over to the right side. Following that motion, and Tyree takes it for a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Irish. And one of the things the Irish will need to do is try to stymie that very powerful Ohio State offense with some ball control, especially having a lot of wide receivers down. Play action, quick pass to Mayer, out to the right flat. 5-yard reception. It'll be 3rd and short coming up, 3rd and 2 to be specific. And that was a nice quick pass. Mayer all by himself, the All-American tight end. Almost getting an easy first down, but just enough closing speed from the Buckeyes to make up for it. Buckner comes out again, 2 tight formation to his right, Tyree in the backfield. Motion over to Buckner's left, and another play action. Has to get rid of the ball, does, and overthrows everybody. Had a wide open receiver downfield. Instead, it'll be 4th and 2, and the Irish start the 2022 season with a punt. Bramlett will get ready to kick it away. And it is up. And this will be taken inside the 30, and quickly bet is, I can't even pronounce that name. Oh, boy. Oh, well, you know, I should have done some research on the depth chart and maybe found a pronunciation. But anyways, a short return. Buckeyes will take over on their own 37-yard line. Pistol formation. And, oh, little delayed handoff there. Defender went flying in the backfield as Trayvon Henderson gets a 10-yard gain and an Ohio State first down. So not a great start for the Irish. Looked like they had to stop there in the backfield, but just a hair late on that play. Jet sweep and stopped immediately as Fleming. Hell of a hit there by Leah Fowl. He came close to the tackle for loss on the last play. This time drops the shoulder down and has a huge stick to get the first tackle for loss of the game for either team. Still in the pistol, the Buckeyes back to pass. And almost picked off by Cam Hart. Little premature call there. C.J. Stroud threw that right into the waiting arms of Stroud. Buckeyes have 4 wide in the pistol. Irish come out with 3 down linemen. Stroud is back to pass, dances around in the pocket, launches it towards the far sideline, and this one is picked off by the Irish. A little arm punt action going on there. And yet the Irish get called for, wait. Okay, I stopped because they called pass interference on the defense. In fact, it was offensive pass interference. So that very awkward little procedure there ends with the Irish having the ball at the 33-yard line. Buckner backs a pass, throws over the middle to Mayer, and there is the first down for the Irish as Mayer goes forward for 11 yards. Irish approaching midfield, just shy of their own 45-yard line. Sticking with that 2 tight end formation. Probably going to see a lot of this with the Irish having a depleted receiver room. Tyree finds a hole over on the left side, breaks the tackle, goes forward for an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Irish. Well, the first drive didn't have much going, but the Irish got something cooking here as they go into plus territory, trying to quiet this Buckeye crowd on the road. And, there's the stupid false start penalty. First one of the game, the Irish will back it up, taking away most of that Tyree run. Patterson looked to be the guilty party. So the ball goes back on the wrong side of the 50 for the Irish. Buckner out in the shotgun, 2 tight ends, receiver on each side. And a little read option here, and there goes Buckner's legs with an 8-yard gain and an Irish first down. There's the piece of the offense, the read option attack that the Irish so desperately needed last season and did not have. It is there with Buckner, always a threat to run. Trips to Buckner's right, drops back to pass, throws out to the right side, and the pass is complete to Colsey for a 13-yard gain. Irish are now on the 32-yard line of Ohio State. They come out with 4 receivers, 4 wide, a bunch close to the line. Buckner back to pass. This one is complete again, and a tackle is broken, and that is Braden Lindsay with a 22-yard gain. A nice little simple outcut there by Lindsay and breaking that initial tackle, letting him get about, looks like 7 extra yards after the catch. So it's now 1st and 10 on the 10. I'd go ahead and call this 1st and goal here. Buckner's back to pass. Oh, he is drilled as soon as he throws. I don't know. That might be a new penalty based on the new bullshit rules that just came out recently. Apparently, you can no longer blindside hit the quarterback as if he is even looking downfield with opposed to pass. Oh, read option for Buckner, and he gets dropped for a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 12 coming up, so the Irish had something going. Then a near sack and a 2-yard loss on the wonderful 2nd and long runs Tommy Rees loves to call. But out we go, 5 wide, drink. Buckner back to pass, throws it over the middle to Mayer, and that is not nearly enough as that was a short little route. Only gets 6 yards. The Irish will go ahead and kick this one away. Going to be a very short 24-yard kick, I'll call it. Kick is up, and it is good, so the Irish get the first points on the board. Notre Dame 3, Ohio State nada. Kick is away. And it is down in the end zone by Fleming. And C.J. Stroud will lead the Buckeye offense back on the field, starting at their own 25. Last drive had some promise, but it very quickly went awry as a near pick was followed by an actual one. This is a handoff bouncing over to the left side as Henderson, he easily has a first down, 13-yard gain. just about 4:35 left here in the first quarter. Stroud has two tight ends to his right. Another handoff to Henderson. This time the line collapses on him, and he only gets a 2-yard gain. Stopped by Joseph on that one. Yes, we did receive Ohio State deferred. I am trying to keep up with chat. I am out of practice. It is 2nd and 8. Stroud, play action. Nope, read option. He pulls it down. And he is stopped after a 7-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and short for the Buckeyes. Ball is on the Buckeyes' 47-yard line. They'll come out with trips to the left side of Stroud in the pistol. Back to pass to Stroud. He lofts it over the middle, almost picked off by Brandon Joseph. So Stroud shaky early. 3 passes have been absolute disasters, 2 near picks and 1 actual. A good bellwether there for the Irish if this could keep up. Kick is away, Joseph back to receive, and he doesn't go very far. Gets a 6-yard return before he is unceremoniously dumped to the ground. So Buckner will come back out. Last drive was absolutely on fire, and then stopped short inside the red zone. Buckner back in the shotgun, sends Mayer in motion over to his right. And a handoff to Tyree, who's hit before the line, but breaks a tackle to get just a yard. Almost a near tackle for loss there, but you still see the game plan that Tommy Rees has decided to employ here, trying to keep the ball into the ground. Not too many deep shots as of yet. And this is a speed option here. And Buckner breaks the tackle, goes over to the right side only for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 7 now. Notre Dame in danger of going 3 and out for the 2nd time this game. 3 wide, Buckner in the shotgun, sends Mayer in motion over to his right. He's back to pass, blitz coming, has time, but throws it to nobody. So it'll be another 3 and out. And it'll look like whatever happened in the red zone on the last drive has got Buckner all out of sorts. And, Buckeyes came to try to block it, just narrowly gets it away. Received at the 45, comes just across midfield. I'm going to try this, Egbuka. We're going to go with that, Egbuka. If there's any Ohio State fans in the chat, you can go ahead and correct me, by all means, if you're even there. But the ball directly at midfield, great starting position for the Buckeyes. Stroud comes out with trips on his right in the shotgun, handoff, and dumped behind the line is Henderson. Bertrand's going to get credit for that, but there are a lot of people jamming up that lane. 2nd and 11 for the Buckeyes. Just over 2:35 left here to go. 2 tight end, 1 on each side for the Buckeyes. Jet sweep motion, fakes to the jet. Does Stroud, he spins, looks to pass. Foskey's on his tail. Stroud escapes and gets a 9-yard gain. Well, Foskey almost had that sniffed out, but committed just a little bit too hard, and now it is 3rd and short for the Buckeyes of the Irish 42. Back in the pistol, 2 tight ends again. Hand off to Henderson up the gut. He's got a huge hole across to the 30, to the 25, where he stopped after a 17-yard gain. Now the Buckeyes got something cooking here. If you're the Irish, you have 2 absolutely disastrous big runs back-to-back. You're going to need to tighten it up as Ohio State approaches the red zone. I am out of practice. And a speed option going absolutely nowhere as Foskey stays on Stroud and brings him down. Met immediately. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Foskey was the read, but the only read was you getting hit square in the face. 2nd and 13. 3 wide over to Stroud's right in the pistol. Hand off to Henderson, bounces off to the left side, gets past a diving Foskey, past Joseph at a 16-yard gain. Inside the red zone go the Buckeyes. And that's a little bit of a disaster there, just outside the 10, so the Buckeyes could still get a first down. They are on the 12. Stroud comes out with 3 wide in the pistol. Back to pass. Decides to pull it down and take it down for a 2-yard loss. Sacked by Howard across the third. And thank you, Arrow, for the follow. I'm sure we'll have a handful of folks from the old HLS channel joining aboard. Of course, being here, hopefully, not just for the streams, but for other extra life fun and games. 2nd and 12, too tight in a balanced line. Jet motion. Fakes to the jet. A little bit of RPO action there as E. Scott Jr. gets his first reception of the game for 4 yards. And yes, there's another follow. Thank you, Deba. Appreciate it. 3rd and 8. 4 wide for the Buckouts. Stroud staying in the pistol. Back to pass. Irish only bring 3 rushers. And sacked by Foskey. That's Foskey's 2nd tackle for loss of the game and 1st sack. The Irish coming up big as both defenses have done some bend but don't break in the red zone. Buckeyes will now attempt a 35-yard field goal with just over 30 seconds left, and I think somebody jumps. Back it on up. This will now be a much longer attempt. Ooh, the kicker's name is Ruggles. That's a funny name. So now it'll be a 40-yard attempt. Ruggles gets ready to kick. That's a great name, buddy. Kick is up. Kick is good. Right down the middle. That would have been good for at least 15 more out. Absolutely drilled. Well, that ties it up with 34 seconds left to go. 3-3 is our score. This kick is returnable, and it is taken out right at the goal line. Across the 20 to the 22 goes Braden Lindsay. And here comes a highlight reel of hard hitting. Exactly what you expect in a game that is a 17.5-point spread, completely dominated by defense. Great call, Vegas. Too tight for Buckner in the shotgun. Jet sweep motion, hands off to Lindsay on the jet. Only gets 2 yards as Lindsay cut immediately inside the line. Really didn't feel he had much space to bounce it to the outside. 2nd and 8 upcoming with the first quarter winding down. And a handoff here to Tyree, and he barrels forward for 7 yards. He hit the Jets as soon as he got the ball. Great hold by that offensive line, and that will end the 3rd quarter as the Irish will look for their first 3rd down conversion of the game. Score after 1, Notre Dame 3, Ohio State 3. One very tired play-by-play broadcaster that is out of practice. But hey, we're doing this all for the kids. And of course, this is a friendly reminder. GamingForAven.com is where you can head over and do your donations. If you want another sim, that'd be $100. We got one more. It'll be Notre Dame and Clemson. So that leaves a lot of other games still available. Buckner comes out to the field. 3 wide. He's going to run a spread option here for the shotgun. Pitches it out to Tyree. Goes across the 35. A 5-yard gain. First down, Irish. So while the Irish offense has been far from pretty, especially with some shaky performances from Butler, still able to move the ball in this Ohio State defense. Buckner back to pass. Dumps it across the middle short. And that is Audric Estime, big number 7, with his first touch of the game. It's a reception of 5 yards. Yes, it'll be $100 for any sim. And you can request what you want. Claim that $100 incentive and put in the little notes which one you want. And oh my goodness, Buckner is sacked. Dropped down and immediately brought down by Zach Harrison, who might as well have been unblocked. Absolutely blew a hole straight through Fisher. Well, Notre Dame got their first 3rd down conversion in the game to open the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they can do it again. Buckner in the shotgun, 3 wide, drops back to pass, and again throws it short. This one to Jaden Thomas, who only gets 3 yards, not nearly enough. And well, folks, that's a young quarterback, I think, feeling the pressure just a little bit too much. Much like the 3rd and long in the goal line situation. Just a short dump over the middle. As this is a little bit of a short kick here for Bramlett. And a little blocking there, and across the 40 to the 44 goes Ibuka. 19-yard gain on that punt return. This is going to be some pretty solid field position again for the Buckeyes. They've had some success here and there, have gotten chunks, but have yet to really find pay dirt to put it all together. Stroud, read option, Foskey again. Excuse me, that was a speed option. And once again, maybe you shouldn't let Foskey be the read, because again, the read was look down. That's where you are, on ground. So it'll now be 2nd and 13. Oh, that's right, Bramlett's at LSU. I forgot. The read option this time. CJ Stroud gets dropped by 3 yards by Tariq Bracy. I forget who our punter is. Clearly. I have to look up the depth chart again. I think I had that tab open somewhere around here. You donated for Sim. You didn't say it had to be accurate. Stroud back to pass on 3rd and 16. Almost gets brought down to sack, but it's picked off at the 50. Over to the 40. Ramon Henderson breaks a tackle inside the 30. Excuse me. That is his 2nd pick of the game. What a play. The Irish secondary had some questions coming into it, especially facing a very good attacking offense through the air. And CJ Stroud has looked absolutely horrendous. And now the Irish will take over on the Buckeyes 30. Hand off to Tyree, and he's dropped behind the line for a 3-yard loss. Yes, John Sott. Thank you, Milford. And I now have the depth chart up as soon as you have that. I finally got back to where I needed to be. But more importantly, it is 2nd and 13 with 5:50 left to go. Buckner back in the shotgun. Taking a sweet time here. You got a screen getting set up, and oh, it's a good thing that wasn't caught and overthrown, because the screen was sniffed out and Tyree would have been plastered. Well, 3rd and long again. This has been very unkind for the Irish. Let's see if we have another little weak dump across the middle. Back to passes Buckner. He must have heard me going for the end zone. Oh, almost picked off there. But you know what? If it's inside the 5, I wouldn't have minded the arm punt. Instead, we'll have a 50-yard field goal attempt, as I believe this is Blake Group. Back to kick this 50-yarder. Line drive kick is good. Just sticks through the upright. Well, the kicking game was in big question for the Irish. And in this defensive battle, it is the difference maker. 6-3. Irish lead. 5:36 left to go here in the first half. We got a short little kickoff here. This will be returnable. Buckeyes take this to the goal line, crossing the 20 to the 25. Breaking tackles to the 30 goes to Gupa. Oh, tired. Gotta have a little refreshment. So, ND Gal, the reason why it's saying why ND loses, because apparently people get worried if ND does well in the sim. I think it's like some bad harbinger for bad stuff to happen in real life. Don't know where they get that idea from. Hand off to Henderson over to the right side, and he gets a 6-yard gain. 63 yards so far for Henderson. Again, the rushing attack has looked pretty good for Ohio State. They just haven't been able to string enough together. Here they go, the handoff again. Breaks the tackle by Foskey, but cannot get free of Howard Cross. 1-yard gain by Henderson. 3rd and 3 coming up. Irish have a chance to get off the field with one of their few 3-and-outs. 3rd and 3. Back in the pistol. Oh, Notre Dame almost jumped offside. We got a weird triple option going on here. Stroud pulls it down, goes across to the 50, almost to the Irish 45-yard line. 14-yard gain. That was a little jet sweep motion there to be the second pitch man. And Notre Dame bit on the potential pitch hard, and Stroud was more than happy to take the free first down. Back in the pistol is Stroud. A little lob over the middle, over to the left side, and Bracy breaks that up. So far, Stroud really hasn't gone deep. The times he has, it has ended very poorly. Defense has gotten their hands on every single pass so far that has gone past 10 yards. And off to Henderson, and he loses a yard as 3 different Irish defenders went on that tackle. Cam Hart will get the credit for finishing it off. Oh, well, he didn't finish it off. He started it, too, as the replay shows. So 3rd and 11. Only 2 for 6 on 3rd down are the Buckeyes. Not exactly what you would expect from this offense. That Marcus Freeman defense, powered by Al Golden, helping and hit constantly in the backfield, but we got a flag. Is this a face mask? And it is the Irish have an extremely unnecessary face mask to completely hose everything up. Ramon Henderson, the man with 2 picks, the guilty party on that, as he was the last defender in on the tackle. Just over 4 minutes to go on the half. Ball now on the Irish 34-yard line. Handoff up the gut and dragging defenders. Joseph himself got dragged over by Mayan Williams for that first down run. Huge run by the Buckeyes as they now approach the red zone for the second time in this game. Stroud sends the tight end in motion to the right. Short drop, passes over the middle in a slant. And Smith, I can never pronounce that name, but Jigba, I'm sure I butchered it horribly. It's a 7-yard gain. So this will be the second trip inside the red zone for the Buckeyes. 3 receivers out. They are all to Stroud's right. Back to pass, throws for the end zone. This one looks good, and it is dropped. My word. Absolutely wide open, easily Stroud's best pass of the game, and an absolute choke job by the Buckeyes dropping that one. Quick drop, swing pass, and there is nobody home on that screen. Jaden Ballard waltzes into the end zone easily for the Buckeyes touchdown. So as Brutus dances, Ohio State will prepare for the extra point, and yeah, there was just nobody home. 0 defenders containing the edge. There was only 1 man to block and no men to beat after the block. Kick is up for the extra point, and it is good. So the face mask turns costly as the first touchdown of the game is gained by Ohio State. They take the lead 10-6 with 3:13 left in the first half. Tyree will kneel this one in the end zone. Milfy saying Big Ten ref strike. And we have an F in the chat. More specifically, a fook. The sim is like if the real game drank a whole bottle of absinthe. Yep, that arrow, that is a great way to describe it. Little counter headed off over to the right side, but Tyree only gets 2 yards. Irish might have to pick up the pace here if they're hoping to score before the end of the half. There's just over 3 minutes remain. 2nd and 8 for the Irish. Ball is on their own 27-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Estime and Tyree flanking. Buckner, little handoff. Nope, Buckner pulls it down. And that is a huge run, but he fumbles the football. And before the ball scoots out of bounds, the Buckeyes recover. Oh, a first down was had there, but the young quarterback, just a wee bit of ball security issues. Definitely a fumble. The only question was if the Buckeye defender was in bounds. And he was not. Well, look at that. Big Ten refs making up for that face mask. It sure looked like a recovery. And now Buckner pulls it down again, and he slides. He saw a defender, immediately took a little button hook turn and hit the deck. Amazing sequence there all around. Had no clue who had the football. And then Buckner does the weirdest little directional slide I've ever seen. Buckner back to pass over the middle. First down. Deion Colsey pulls it in. Colsey paid for his second reception of the game, but the Irish have the ball now deeper inside Ohio State territory. Ball is down the 42-yard line. Buckner in the shotgun, 4 wide, back to pass, throws it over the middle again, and it is dropped by Tyree. So again, not a whole lot of going deep here. Buckner not really willing to test any further than about 10 yards or so. This time there's 3 wide. Mayer checks into the game. Buckner back to pass. This one over the middle on another little slant, and Lindsey gets free for an 11-yard gain. So again, if it's happened, it's been nickel and diming all the way downfield. Working so far, Irish have all 3 timeouts with just over 1:40 left to go here in the half. 3 wide, Mayer over to Buckner's left, taking a lot of time here. And Buckner will pull it down after going back to pass slides. He is not taking any chances now. And Marcus Freeman calls the Irish first timeout. 2nd and 5, 1:31 left. 5 wide drink. Mayer checks in as the 5th receiver. And this is thrown deep, but well out of bounds. Basically a throwaway by Buckner there. 3rd and 5 upcoming. Yeah, Marcus Freeman doesn't look that great. I agree. That is not our handsome-looking coach. Back to pass with 2 backs in the backfield. And throws to the sideline and brought down by Lindsey. A timeout called by Freeman. Ball is on the 11. Lindsey climbed up the ladder and got both feet in bounds on that pass. Hand off to Tyree. Doesn't have much room. Gets 4 yards. Freeman will keep that last timeout in his pocket as the clock ticks. 2nd and 4, 1:10 left to go. Ball is on the 5-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to Buckner's left, as is Tyree. Back to passes Buckner. He pulls it down, runs into defenders, and fumbles it again. This time it is picked up by the Irish, no doubt about this one. So after the 4-yard sack, 50 seconds remain. 3rd and 9, 4 wide for the Irish. Buckner back to pass. Throws it to the end zone, receiver open, and it is a touchdown, Irish. Lorenzo Styles pulls it down, and the Irish retake the lead. That looked like all kinds of danger with it being left high and light, but that little lob pass is just a perfect touch as both feet drug there, and the kick is up. It is good. And after all that, Notre Dame 13, Ohio State 10, 43 seconds left in the half, and the Buckeyes will receive to start, so they do not have to push on this drive if they don't have to, but definitely not the start they were looking for in their home opener. So with 39 seconds left, C.J. Stroud will come back out on the field. The ball is on the Buckeyes' 22-yard line. 3 wide over to Stroud's right. Back to pass. Goes over the middle. It is complete to Smith, not Najima. I need to look up the pronunciation for him. It's 1st and 10 on the Buckeye 43-yard line. And wide open receiver. And tackles broken. Henderson saves a touchdown. Julian Fleming would have been off to the races. 1st and 10, 28 seconds left. Only 1 timeout left for the Buckeyes. I apparently missed a couple calls there. And Stroud is flying everywhere and just throws it to absolutely nobody. That might as well have been grounding, but we never call that in this game, do we, EA Sports? A little bit of a reset here. A chance to catch my breath. 24 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Ball on the Irish 44. Short pass over to the left side. Cutting up field is Rossi. 16-yard gain with 17 seconds left. Still 1 timeout for the Buckeyes. They hurry up to the line. Ball is just inside the 30. 12 seconds remain as the ball snapped. Blitz coming. Quick pass. Basically the same play there by Rossi, but he comes down in bounds. 6 seconds. 5, 4, no timeout being used. 2, 1, and this will be the final play of the half. And another dump route. I have no idea what Ryan Day was thinking there, but the Buckeyes panic and do absolutely nothing to end the half. And that means Notre Dame will take a field goal lead into the locker room in front of a stunned Columbus crowd. Notre Dame 13. Buckeyes 10. Yeah, the Sim took a big shot there. Ryan Day taking one of the drinks that sometimes I take for Extra Life, because you have all kinds of fun incentives when we raise money to change kids' health. And one of the things that will be coming, make sure to tune in Labor Day over at twitch.tv/NDTex. It'll be sometime in the afternoon. I will figure out when, but we will have a good old Hot Ones challenge featuring raft and crowd control. Every time I get hungry in the game, I have to eat escalating spicy wings. It'll be a lot of fun, so make sure to join me on Labor Day and end your little extra weekend with me. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of pain, and hopefully we can do a lot of good to help change kids' health. No, we will not have hot sauce ice cubes. Les Miles and Bob Davey are proud. Yes, I'd agree. ND Girl laughing, saying she loves the Sim. Wheezy saying the Sim took a shot. bring in the battering ram. I don't know when that was. I guess that was for the tackle. How about, honestly, like, sure, for 500 I will try, but apparently it is kind of hard to get some hot sauces frozen, especially the spicier ones. So I don't know how funny it'll be. But if you will pony up $500, we'll talk about what will work there, and I'll put it in the extra life. Oh, I don't know if I want to ruin my mold, but maybe I'll do like a hot sauce. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Anyways, there was a kick. It was a touchback. And now back to the game as Henderson dragging a defender 9 yards on a stiff arm. Goodness, did Cross get absolutely brutalized there. 2nd and 1 after that powerful 9-yard run. Oh, I got a YouTube how to pronounce here. We'll do that the next time Mr. Smith gets a reception, which could be right here. There's a wide open receiver. And there we go. All right, how do I pronounce this? Let's see. Njigba. Okay. Jackson Smith and Njigba. There we go. I don't know if that actually came through in the stream or not, but I heard it. I was close. Anyways, that is a first down to the 45 of the Irish. So halftime adjustments much? Little screen to Henderson. Bertrand can't catch him from behind. And across to the 30 and steps out of bounds at the 35. Ruh-roh. We're getting Fiesta Bowl vibes right now. The fun is ending very quickly. I think good CJ Stroud came out of the locker room, and whatever imposture was on the field to start was not there. Wow, he was not out of bounds. Lovely EA bugs there because he could have kept going. Thankfully, the play was blown dead over at the 26-yard line of the Irish. 2 tight ends on each side of the line. Now we got one coming over to the right of Stroud, back in the pistol. And a play action, nope, read option. And a tackle broken, 2 tackles broken, and Stroud is brought down after a 7-yard gain. Yikes, that should have been no gain instead. 2nd and 3 inside the red zone. 6:45 left here to go early. Handoff, nope, triple option here. And the pitch over to Mayan Williams will get a 12-yard gain. Great fake there. The entire line bit hard. And then an overcommit onto Stroud. Easy pitch there. 1st and goal for the Buckeyes on the 7-yard line. Bringing in a jumbo set here in the pistol. Play action. And I guess nobody's open. Stroud finds a small window. And Julian Fleming gets 6 yards. He is knocking on the doorstep of the end zone. That'll be on the 1. So all the big boys are out for this play. Basically a goal line formation. Only one receiver out for the Buckeyes. And back to pass again. Wide open is E. Scott. It doesn't get much easier than that. Not a soul around the tight end. And that will be an easy touchdown. Buckeyes retake the lead. It is 16-13 with the extra point coming. It is up. It is good. So a very, very efficient drive. Less than 2 minutes bled off the clock there. Buckeyes 17, Notre Dame 13. Kick goes back in the end zone. And this is kneeled by Tyree. So we'll see if Super Buckner came out or a Buckner that doesn't fumble and maybe throws the ball a little deep. Irish will start with 2 tight ends, the set they've been in most of the game. Buckner under center. And he will pass. No, it's a QB draw. And that's a 4-yard gain for Buckner. It's a 2nd and 6 upcoming. That is the 9th carry for Tyler. 3 wide here for the Irish. Mayer is over on Buckner's right in the shotgun. And a little swing pass and a little bit of room for Tyree, but only 4 yards. Again, very cautious passing from the young QB right now. Doesn't look like Tommy Rees or Freeman really willing to open it up much, knowing that the game can churn on one bad turnover. 3rd and 2, jet motion coming, and it is a handoff to Lindsey on the jet, and it is smothered. Interesting call on 3rd and short as the Buckeyes were primed to have their ears pinned, and just complete whiff of a block by Colsey did not help that situation at all. So on 4th and 3, the Irish will punt it away. Not Bramblett is back to punt. That would be John Sott. I do remember. I'm just making fun of myself. And the ball's received inside the 30. Two nice blocks in the back that go uncalled. And the punt is returned to nearly the 48. Somewhere, Rocket Ishmael throws something against the wall. So it is 1st and 10. Ball is on the Buckeye 48. And Stroud looks to keep it cooking. Anderson gets the ball. This one's fumbled and scooped up by Ohio State. Somebody owes a lineman a dinner. So instead of a complete disaster, the ball is now on the Irish 48-yard line in 2nd and 6. And a read option here. Stroud is smothered by Leofau. Drops him for a 4-yard loss. 3rd and 10 upcoming. Everybody got hit on that one. Halfback got hit on the read. And then Stroud just gets plastered. 3 down linemen. Stroud still on the pistol. Back to pass. Has time. Throws over the middle and it is dropped, but that was well short of the first down anyway. Bertrand was the closest defender there, and the Buckeyes will have to punt it away. So the Irish make sure that the bleeding stops in a hurry as Joseph is back to receive this punt, and it is out of bounds. And oh my goodness, he shanked the shit out of that one. I have to go back in and bleep some of this stuff. I forgot I was supposed to have a family-friendly podcast here. Go me. Back to pass. Oh, and up the gut goes Buckner. I don't even know if you could call that a draw. He decided to hit the Jets immediately on that 12-yard gain. So while the Irish might be afraid to stretch the field, not afraid to run Buckner on that 12-yard gain. Here we go again. Another QB power, but we got a flag on the play. It's probably going to be a hold. Yes. So if we're looking at really like horrendous penalties that are just complete shots in the foot, the Irish have the lead in that. Why does Marcus Freeman have turf tape? What? Okay. All right. Whatever. 1st and 18 now after the penalty. This handoff goes to Tyree, who gets smacked after a 2-yard gain. Tommy, for the love of God, please do not call a run on 2nd and 16. I beg you. Do not do it. 3 wide receivers out for the Irish. Jesus, he called a run, but it's going to work. Breeze, you genius. That is almost a first. It is a first down by Tyree. The counter works to perfection. Well, don't listen to my ass. Good Lord. Huge run. The Irish are back across midfield, and the Buckeyes go silent. Jet sweep motion from Lindsey. Goes to Lindsey, and again. Oh, wait, that's not Lindsey. That's Lorenzo Styles. What are we doing? No. No. Do not do that. That's the wrong guy to do the sweep. Oh, dear. Well, will another 2nd and long run work here? We shall find out on 2nd and 12 as the ball is just outside the 45. And play action here, but a very short pass. Might as well be a run. As Audric Estime just bulldozed that poor corner. He held on for dear life. Oh, my God, will he feel that one? Unfortunately, that was a lot of fun, but it's still 3rd and 8. 2 backs in the backfield. Blitz coming. It's a draw. Estime gets it. It's a screen, not a draw. And he goes inside the 30. The big man on a 14-yard reception. Oh, dear God, he's down. Oh, Button's over big time. Well, everybody's favorite man-child running back is down. We'll get an update on what the heck happened to him. Hopefully it's not serious. Toss out to the right side. Tyree hits the Jets to get a 4-yard gain. Buckeyes had some penetration, but was not enough to catch the speedy Tyree. Ball is just outside the red zone. Buckner in the shotgun, 3 wide. And a read option. Buckner pulls it down, has the first down, and thank God he holds on to the ball. So 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Irish. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And Estime checks back into the game, so whatever happened was minor. Another read option. Buckner pulls it. Oh, my God! Buckner just absolutely oh, dear God. It's a clothesline. Bodies are not supposed to fly like that. Ouch, kid. Ouch. 2nd and 9. 2 tight ends check into the game. Back to pass. Throws to the end zone over everybody. That's a large tight end you missed, sir. So it is now 3rd and 9 after the overthrow to Kevin Ballman. 3 wide for the Irish. And we're going to do another screen here, this one to a receiver, and for some reason, Lorenzo Stiles decides that he's going to run in defenders instead of cutting upfield, where he would have had the first down. Instead, it is going to be a field goal to bring this game within 1. 29-yard attempt is up, and it is good. So the Irish hanging around, keeping it within a single score. Notre Dame 16, trailing Ohio State by 1. So 17-16 we go. Just over a minute left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Buckeyes take it out of the end zone, but are pulled down well before the 25. Egbuka will bring it up, and he got it to, looks like the 23-yard line. 2 wide, 2 tight for the Buckeyes in the pistol. Motion over to Stroud's right. The run will go that way. Cam Hart gets first contact and brought down as Henderson for a 1-yard loss. Kaiser manages to clean up what Cam Hart started. Oh, we do not have a diminutive comedian playing corner for the Irish. Well, that would be a little comedy special all its own. Take that, Rudy. 2 wide over to the left. And throws a little drag route over the middle to Marvin Harrison Jr. Well, that's a familiar name. The young spawn of NFL royalty there. 3rd and 5. And back to pass to Stroud. He's running everywhere. Has to dump it short, and it will not be enough. Smith the Jigba does not get nearly enough for the first down. And the Buckeyes will have to punt it away. "20 seconds left here to go in the 3rd. And Joseph gets a little bit of room, and oh dear, we have a flag. Of course, Notre Dame held. Sure, why not? Ramon Henderson is your man, getting every single penalty that kills the Irish. And weird, aren't they Dup Freeman? Is that the way to make somebody more attractive in the NCAA 14? Operation Sports folks, I need the answer. You're the ones that did this. And, oh, Buckner takes off. Little draw there, a 1-yard gain. That's probably going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. There's only 7 seconds remain. It'll be 2nd and 9 if they get the snap off, but they will not. So as the 3rd quarter winds down, Notre Dame trails by 1. Ohio State 17, Notre Dame 16. Hold on to your butts. We have, if you've ever been to a sim before, let's just say games always end in very interesting ways, especially when they're close. So here we go. Grinning Grouch says, happy feet Buckner. Wheezy says, great, gonna remember that on Saturday. There's a lot that can remember. Hand off. Tyree gets 4 yards, so another 2nd and long run. The old favorite of Tommy here. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Notre Dame so far is 4 for 11 on 3rd downs. Now 3rd and 4. Back to passes Buckner. He's got time. Dumps it over to his right for no gain. Dayton Thomas did pull it down, but just no hope there. And Notre Dame has a very, very sad 3 and out. So it's 4th and 4, and this is kicked away. Very short and not much hang time. Thankfully, the coverage team gets there before Egbuka can do too much damage. Egbuka, gosh. Maybe I should have looked at a pronunciation chart or a media guide before I did this, but oh well. 1st and 10. Back of the pistol. Hand off to Henderson, and he's dropped. I think Leofau will get credit for that. There were 3 Irish defenders in on the play. We had Riley Mills, Cam Hart on a blitz, and then Leofau wrapping them up and taking them down. So the Buckeyes now fall back to their own 45. 3 wide. Stroud back to pass. Rose over the middle in a slant. Complete to Smith-Njigba. 10-yard gain. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Buckeyes. This is go for it territory here, but we are in the Big Ten, folks. They might punt. We'll see what happens after this 3rd down. Not much success for the Buckeyes either. Read option. There'll be success here as nobody is covering Stroud on the edge there. 0 contained. So no doubt for what Ohio State will do as it's 1st down inside the 40. Stroud hands off to Henderson, who finds a hole up the middle. 3-yard gain. 6:25 left here to go in the game. Sim doesn't seem to know that BK moved to Louisiana with his family. Has any pass gone over 6 yards? Not for the Irish. Stroud's thrown a couple. Oh my gosh, speaking of Stroud, he takes it down over to the left side. Murphy, what was that about him running? You hope he runs that much in real life. Hopes this isn't what's going on here, because that was a lot of room for the Heisman finalist. So the run brings Ohio State back into the red zone where they have started to find success. Can the Irish hold one more time? They come out with 3 down linemen. Stroud has 3 receivers. And another read option. Nobody again over to take care of Stroud. He gets 4 yards. So it looks like Ohio State is very willing. Maybe they're afraid of that deep passing attack. And Stroud's found a nice cushion to take advantage of. Man comes in motion on this 2 tight set for Stroud. He's back to pass. Blitz coming. Throws over the middle. Touchdown Smith-Njigba. And all of a sudden, it's starting to get very worrisome. Extra point will put Ohio State up by 8 if they convert, or if they go dumb and do a 2-point conversion. Anything's possible in the sim. Let's see what happens here. Nope. Just the smart play here, taking the point. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 5:30 left, it's time for the Irish to get going. Field goals ain't going to do it anymore as they trail by 8. Ohio State 24, Notre Dame 16. And this is well into the end zone. Almost kicked all the way out. And now Buckner has a chance to be hero on the road. 5:30 remaining. Crowd coming alive back here in Columbus. And a 4-yard rush for Tyree. Irish sticking with their game plan, not abandoning the run. ND Nation screams in joy. 2nd and 6. 4 wide for the Irish, 3 over to Buckner's left. Another run going to the opposite side, but it's covered up easily by the Ohio State defense. 3rd and 5 upcoming. Ball is on the 30-yard line, just under 5 minutes remaining. 4 out of 12 is a 3rd down conversion rate for the Irish. Buckner back to pass. He throws it somewhat deep, and it's picked off. Well, the first time Buckner actually tested the secondary, he did a weak little arm punt. And, did not look off the safety. That is about as easy as it gets. Well, Grinning Grouch, I think that was over 20 yards. Does he have to complete it? Back to pass. Oh, no, sorry, that's a run. I'm all over the place. Grinning Grouch said he'll donate $20 if he throws past 20 yards. So, I don't know if it qualifies or not. You can head to Cayman for Haven if you want to do it. Nothing like donating on a pick. And a run over to the left side. Henderson goes nowhere. Maybe Ohio State is trestle balling it here, turtling it up a little bit. 3rd and 6 coming up. Stroud comes out in the pistol with 3 wide. Another 20 feet completion. Okay, fair. And a screen, it looks sniffed out. Can they get there in time? Henderson leans forward and gets the first down. Notre Dame unable to bring Henderson down. He got an extra pair just by falling forward. So 1st and 10. Henderson breaks 2 tackles in the backfield, breaks another one, breaks 4. My goodness. Well, I don't like how this is looking. 2nd and 2 after that 8-yard gain. Inside the 30, go the Buckeyes. 3 wide for Stroud, but I have a feeling they're going to be content just to run the ball and bleed this clock. Easy first down for Henderson. Very little resistance after the 7-yard gain. Well, I definitely feel like I'm watching an Ohio State game. A half where you think you have a chance and then them just deciding to take over in the second, as this is not looking pretty so far. And bleeding all the time off the clock, so drink break. Crazy, we've only seen 5 wide once in this entire sim. So as the play clock now comes under 10, we'll probably get a snap here soon. Anytime now. There we go. There's the snap. Henderson up the middle. Jesus, got 5 yards. There is absolutely no push by the defensive line of Notre Dame. They'll need to do something here. 2nd and 5. Ohio State will likely come away with points of some kind. Well, it's going to be a 2-possession ball game no matter how you slice it. And again, they'll get to take all the time in the world, as by the time they snap this ball, there will be just over 2:10 remaining. No, I can't add. It's just under 2:10 remaining. Or subtract, whatever that math is. It's hard. Oh, they snapped it at 2:10 to just make it all worthless. Anyways, Ryan Williams gets a 3-yard gain off to the right side. Marcus Freeman calls his first time out. 2:07 left. 3rd and 1. Ball just outside the 15. The speed option. No time to pitch for Stroud. And another timeout called by Notre Dame. So here comes the field goal team with 2:04 left. Kick is up. Kick is good. So an 11-point lead for the Buckeyes. Irish now have 2:01 to make up the 27-16 deficit. And this will start with a touchback, so the full 2:01 will remain on the clock for Buckner and company. Only 1 pass over 20 yards thrown by Buckner, and it was a quacker. 3 wide for the Irish. Back to passes Buckner. Short toss down to the sideline. Oh, why are you going inbounds, Colsey? Get out of bounds, fool. 2nd and 1. Irish hurrying up in no huddle. 1:48 left. There's only 1 timeout remaining for the Irish, and it is spiked. Ew, that was a lot of time killed. And Ohio State is celebrating the incomplete pass on the spike. Folks, they don't go to play school. 3 wide, 2 backs. Back to passes Buckner. Throws it deep to nobody. 4th and 1. That was a $20 donation you blew, Tyler. 3 wide. Buckner hands off on the draw, and it is stuffed. That's probably going to do it, folks. They're very interesting. They decided to call a run up the gut there. It is what it is. As Ohio State can just about run this out. Notre Dame will need a fumble here from Henderson. They're not going to get it. 3-yard gain. They burned their last timeout. And they're still going to run the football. I think they can kneel it and kick a field goal if they really wanted to. And, Henderson nearly went out of bounds. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 4. So I could try to run it again. They were able to burn a little bit of time off there, but it was almost a disaster nearly going out of bounds. By the time this ball gets snapped, there will be less than a minute remaining. The last chance Notre Dame has here is to stop this play. They cannot give up anything more than a field goal and a false start. Did Notre Dame cause it? Absolutely, but this game has never been smart enough for that.
Still third down.
So it is third down. Clock stops at 1:02, so Notre Dame gets a free timeout. It is 3rd and 9, 2 receivers. It looks like Ohio State will be happy to run. They do, and Henderson is brought down. It'll be 4th and 6 with it'll be 20 seconds remaining by the time they kick this, unless they do a dumb false start again. This game has a habit of doing it in field goal situations, so who knows? Might get lucky here. Oh, dear Lord, they'll be under 20 seconds. Yeesh. Right now, I'm just in it for another $20 donation. I think that is the only thing that we got on the line here. It's a 20-yard completion, Buckner. Don't blow it. Don't blow it. The 46-yard field goal is up and good. 18 seconds left in the game. So the Irish will need a small miracle here. They're basically going to need 2 plays that both result in touchdowns. Remember me making fun of Vegas? Yeah, Notre Dame's barely covering now. So Notre Dame will get the full 18 seconds. And Buckner, I just need a 20-yard pass here. Just throw it past the 45 to somebody in white. 5 wide. Drink. Going to need it after this one. Buckner back to pass. He doesn't even throw it 10 yards. Yeesh. I'm pretty sure Tyree has a higher rushing yards per carry than Buckner has in completions. Yards per completion, not attempts, completion. Well, Buckner throws it away, and now he's just here to piss me off. 3rd and 10 with 9 seconds left to go, and this sad little wet fart of an attempt to do something. Back to passes Buckner. You son of a bitch! He threw it 5 yards. It's 3rd and 10. They're in prevent. What are you doing? 4th and 6. Buckner's back to pass. And he'll get sacked. Well, that sucked. Well, that'll do it. Thank you for your $100 donation, Woj. Not really sure you got your money's worth. As the final score, it looked close for a while. The field goal kicker got it? Player of the game? Whatever. Congratulations, Ruggles. Your final score, Ohio State 30, Notre Dame 16. We have a cover. Yay! Oh, it's a family stream. My goodness. Oh, yeah, I know. I said I'll censor it. It's not a family stream, okay? It's a family podcast, so be better at that. Or it's at least not supposed to be explicit. But this was very fun. I appreciate the $100 donation. Again, hit that up. Thank you for all the follows and donations for this. So we're going to go ahead and call it right here. I'm going to go ahead and at least mark where this ends. All right. Yep, there it is. So join us next time on Extra Voices. Not sure what'll be up. I'll figure out the schedule. Probably be something from MiracleCon. Thank you again for joining us. Again, your final score in this donor-led podcast sim: Ohio State 30, Notre Dame 16. Whatever. They lost by 14. That's it. Have a good one.